Hey guys, welcome back to another strategy series from nethervoid, also known as John. This week I'm going to be doing the T25 AT for you. It's been a long time coming doing this video. I've had these gameplays recorded for a long time. I think since like 7.3 or something like that. Just the Russian tank tree upgrade really kind of set me back a little bit. So it's kind of nice to get away from the Russian tanks a little bit. I think I want to probably do the IS-4 next week, though, not sure. Also, for others are going to be really excited that I've got the Panther 2 in my garage finally, and I've been playing it a little bit, trying to unlock stuff. Pretty sweet tank. Anyway, let's get right into this tank. This is Tier 7 American TD on the non-turreted side. So if you look at the tech tree, it's right here, right above the slugger there. It's a pretty nice tank. The gun is really awesome on it, and that's what really makes this tank great. But the way you're going to play this tank, it's kind of an assault TD a little bit, except your armor is really weak, and so I would just... But you're still going to try to hide a lot with this tank. Sit way back, let people scout, and just kind of pop people off and snipe them from far away. Let's look at the accuracy on this thing. 0.38, not great accuracy. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not that great. So you might have a little bit of a hard time sniping with this thing, but you're going to have to do that. If you're top tank, you can be a little more aggressive with this tank and try to get up close and personal with people a little bit, but still you're going to want to hide a lot because this thing does have pretty thin armor, and just really try to get those long range shots against people with this nice big old gun. So hit points, and so that's how you're going to play this tank. Hit points 840. I don't really care because TDs doesn't really matter. I'm sure that's all the same. 704 engine horsepower engine, pushing 40 tons, almost 20-to-1 power to weight ratio. That's really awesome. This tank is pretty speedy. It's faster than the Jagd Panther, as far as I remember anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong there. It felt by far the fastest Tier 7 TD I've driven, which I've only driven this and the German one. I don't have the Russian one yet. Speed limit 56. You will get up in the 40s. This thing again is pretty fast. 30 traverse. It's really nice. It turns pretty quickly. 88 hull armor. If you're going up against Tier 7, 8, or not the same tier or higher, this is going to be paper armor right here. Anybody Tier 6 and lower, you have a decent chance to bounce. I do get bounces off Tier 7 sometimes, but generally no. If you get shot at, you're going to get hit. It's basically how this thing works. Rate of fire is pretty good on this gun, but we'll get into that in a little bit. 350 view range is decent. It's not really good, but it's not too bad. It's hard when you have to sit back and snipe. You really need to rely on other people spotting for you, because this is not much of a spotting range. 615 meter radio is pretty decent. It's all you're ever going to need really to see all the way across the map. There might be a couple of times when you might not be able to see to the opposite corner, but it's very unlikely. Alright, so weak points, since this is a Tier 7, the whole tank's pretty much weak point, but if you're a Tier 5 or so, you want to shoot this driver hatch. Lower plate is an obvious one. Cupola is an obvious one. These are just all obvious ones because I didn't really look for this tank. TDs that have this much armor, people don't usually list the weak points because the whole tank's a weak point. So if you are Tier 5 though, that's where I'd shoot, or obviously in the rear hull, which is at 38 millimeters of armor. So those are the weak points. Now let's talk about modules. This Tier 9 radio is pretty good. It's 619. You should have it already, I think, from the Slugger. Yeah, there it is. See? So throw that on right away. You're going to get all the radio you'll ever need, and that'll help when you can spot other people and they're getting damaged. It'll help with your credits and your XP. Not a lot, but it'll help some. The tracks, you don't get anything out of them really except a tonnage upgrade, and you're going to need it because you won't be able to load the big gun without it. In fact, let's look at and see what you can load. Well, it won't let me do that. Let's just load the littlest gun here. So load. Whoa, wow! Even with the littlest gun, it's probably this rammer. Is what it is. Can't even load the rammer. So you're definitely going to need those tracks like pretty much immediately. Oh, it switched. It switched him. Again, engine, the 560 engine's pretty good, and I think you're not going to have, yeah, see, you're not going to have that engine from the Slugger. You might have it if you went up the medium line, but you're not going to have it from the Slugger. So, but a 560 engine's not not too bad. It's still pretty speedy, but that 704 horsepower engine is really nice. You should have the 90 mil. Oh wait, interesting. I thought that would come off the M36. Apparently not. So you're gonna have. Oh no, okay, you're gonna have this 90 mil. You're gonna start out with this 160 pen gun, which is still pretty good. It wasn't really horrible. Like I think with the Yag Panther, you start with the short 88, which has 132 pen. That's a really low tier gun for a tier 7 TD. 160 is not so bad, but when you upgrade to this 105, it's ridiculous. I mean, basically this is the T29 gun, except this reloads a little faster. And this is kind of my beef with TDs. I think they should have a tier higher gun. Like you see it with the tier 8s, they generally get, like the Ferdy gets the 128 millimeter. I think all tank destroyers all the way down the line should have the next tier up gun, because what's the point of driving one of these if you don't have a bigger gun? Because you can't hide really. You get one shot and people can see you, so you know, what's the point of playing a TD? Again, if this game was a one-shot kill game, it would be cool, because you could hide and shoot and then move around and hide again. But you can't really do that in this game. So, but it's still, this is an awesome gun, and you'll notice the difference in 40 pen increase here with that huge damage increase. It's an amazing gun. So now that we've talked about all that, let's talk about some research. Here's the T25 AT's tech tree. Now, it's pretty simple in the fact that you only are going to have this radio unlocked, so obviously you're gonna want that gun almost right away, the 105. Now here's the weird part, okay? If you look at the weight limit here, it's 38 right now stock. It's 38.74 on 39.2. So that's about, how much room is that? Almost it's about 0.4.5 tons right there. So if you look at the original 90 mil, it's 20.5, and if you look at this 105, it's 2.4 tons. So that's a 3.5 ton difference, or I'm sorry, 0.35. So you should have barely enough to get this 105 on those original tracks. Now, if you do that, you won't be able to load, well, definitely not going to be able to load the rammer, and you probably won't be able to have a camo net on it. I'm not sure about the vents. They're really, really light, so you might be able to put vents on it, but at least you can go straight for that 105. You should be able to fit it on. So that's what I suggest. Go straight for the 105. After that, get your tracks. That way you can put your loader on there and the camo net back on. That's going to be a really huge increase. And then get this engine to become very mobile. After that, obviously everything's unlocked. Go straight for the T28. It's a pretty simple tech tree. It was just figuring out if you could put that 105 on first or not. So let's get back to my garage. We're back in research now. Let's talk about some equipment. And tier 7 is where I start putting equipment on tanks. It's obvious you're going to put this camo net on, because this tank does need to hide. I don't put a camo net on the tier 8 tanks. They have enough armor and stuff that you can use them as an assault tank where you just get in people's face. And so anyway, I've had this camo net on for a long time because they're so cheap. I had it on since like tier 4 or 5. So obviously camo net, and then the other two are obvious vents and rammers. The vent is going to help your whole tank, plus 5% to crew skills. It's really nice. And the rammer is kind of obvious. I put it on every tank. Anything to increase the reload speed of your gun, you're going to want. You're going to want to put as much damage out as you can. So those are the equipment that I'd use. And consumables, a full rack of consumables for tier 7s and up, with fire extinguisher, small repair kit, and heal kit. And I would use this, mainly this small repair kit's going to be for tracks, in case somebody tracks you and tries to circle you. Just really try to save this repair kit for your tracks. The ammo, 4 HE is my standard load, and then everything else in AP. It's what I've been doing. And the main reason for saving this repair kit is check out my crew skills. I have mentor in my commander slot, which I always do with every crew. And then for TDs, I use the camo skill. Now, when I get up to the next tier, I might switch this with repair, but it's good when you first unlock this on this tier 7s or below, if you do unlock this 100% skill. The next skill I would get would probably be Brothers in Arms, and that'll give you an extra 2.2% on all your crew skills if you do have the vent. If you don't have the vent, it'll give you 5%. But that's the next thing I'm going to get. So when I get to tier 8, I'm going to switch these camo out with repair, because camo, to me, like the T28 and T95, or is it T, yeah, hold on a sec. Yeah, T28 and T95 kind of can't hide very well, and so that's why I'm going to get repair on them, especially since they're a little slower on their turning speed and stuff. You don't want to get stuck. You want your track repair to repair as fast as possible. After that, Brothers in Arms. Well, when I get 100%, I switch to Brothers in Arms, then I switch to you know, back to repair. And then for my third skills, I'm going to get probably Recon, which is plus 2% to view range. That'll help the view range a little bit. And then for Gunner, I'll probably get Snapshot, because the Armorer is really kind of a poor skill. And now I'm picking all skills in here because that third skill is probably never going to reach 100%. So Snapshot is negative 7.5% to gun dispersion due to turret rotation. That'll help a little bit, but this tank's usually pretty good, so you don't need it. But for Driver, I'm going to get Clutch Braking to give myself plus 5% to traverse speed while I'm turning. And then for Loader, I'll probably get Adrenaline Rush, because I don't, in the TDs, I don't find my ammo rack getting taken out as much. And when I'm low on hit points, it'll be nice to get that extra damage in. So that skill, Adrenaline Rush, when you get below 10%, you get plus 10% reload speed, I think it is. Hold on a sec, let me look. Yeah, plus 10%. So that skill won't kick in until it's 100%, so he'll basically never have a third skill in my loader. So whatever, though. Those are the crew skills. Let me show you what this thing can do. So here's the first game, and I had these pre-recorded. I think this is a 7.3 gameplay. Yeah, this is definitely 7.3. And just for all those who don't already know, wow, that was some lag there. Great. Oh no, that was changing the speed when I was recording this. My mic is jacked up. My son was kicking it around this weekend to mess it up, so I've already ordered another mic and it's on its way. So that's just kind of the way it is. So this is a decent game I had on this map, and I can't remember what it is, and I also can't tab to see what the map is because this is a Frapsed replay from 7.3. So this is me in a tier 8 game. For all those saying, you know, please show me some lower tier games. I'm midway up the pack in this one. Actually, I'm a little high because it looks like we got some tier 5s. So this is an M6. He should be pretty easy to jack up. He's almost already dead. What I'm trying to do here is support. Well, really, we've got nobody going into the city, or they're going really high city, which they shouldn't be doing, because they're going to get shot from the side. I can't believe they didn't. So now Tiger 2 and Tiger are going into the city. Nice. And I'm kind of just supporting whoever tries to push through this big hole. I'll be supporting my team if somebody tries to push through. Hiding behind some bushes here. Pretty good camo rating with my camo net and my crew having camo and being behind this bush. I should be really hard to spot right here. Not when I'm moving though. When I'm moving, I lose my camo net, and I also lose my. Well, there's a higher, the worst camo rating when you're moving. So now that we've got city pretty good, I decided to come in and help. I don't like to wait around a lot. It's not that I don't have patience. I feel like every minute I'm not shooting my gun, I really have to evaluate whether it's good to wait or to get in there and add my gun to the fight and help with DPS. Because a lot of times if you can add more DPS, you can help your team win. Even just one tank's worth of DPS. So, let's see if we can get a shot on this guy. Stug. Pretty much dead. I need to help these IS as well. Somebody went back there. I don't know what that guy was doing. It's kind of a new move, that Tiger. He pushed way too hard through the city, especially as a tier 7, not a top tier. Don't push through the city like that. Probably should be waiting for your buddies to help you out. So it looks like in the north, possibly going to be getting jacked up. Here's an IS. Should be no brain. Oh man, I missed, or I hit. Possibly hit some walls. It's really hard to get good shots on guys in here, especially as a TD with such a low profile, because your gun is basically below these all this stone wall stuff. Now that he's getting surrounded, I'm gonna go out here and help him kill this guy. Again, with these TDs, it can be hard to get a shot. Boom! You're dead. Because you don't have a turret. So it's sometimes hard to play attack tank, but as you can see already, this thing does have a great movement speed. So now I'm saying, okay, we got the city, close in on those guys at the top, and then we got this. And the other two heavies are not doing that. They're pressing right through, leaving these TDs to fend for themselves, which is really not a good idea. Don't push for cap. Crush all the enemies on your way to cap. Looks like the Tiger 2 might be going around, but I don't think so. Now we're down by 3 tanks, and those 2 TDs are dead. So those 2 heavies should have circled them around back instead of doing whatever they were doing. Luckily, the Tiger 2 went with me. There's no way I'm going to be able to take those out by myself. The T-34 would jack me up pretty good. Side turret shot? Nope. Maybe cupola? Trying to get the cupola, I think. Saving my shot for that. And a ricochet. Not cool. See, this thing's 37 kilometers per hour. Pretty good. So we got that side pretty good. And this happens to me a lot as a TD. I just find TDs, it's much, much harder to get as much damage out of a game as you would in a medium or a heavy. Because you're constantly turning your whole tank to just get your gun on somebody. But it's nice to have this kind of mobility, because then I can get all around the battlefield, as you're seeing me do here. I do this a lot with the fast-moving tanks. I don't go for the easy stuff. I want to go where all the enemies are to kill enemy. I don't go for like those 2 heavies going for the easy cap, when we could get capped really easily here, and then it won't matter if they went for cap or not. So this is a great spot to be as a TD, shooting down on your own cap. Panther getting juiced right there. Nice 300 damage on that Panther. I'm hiding a little bit with this IS. You can't really see me. Boom! 340 damage on that guy. So I'm not letting these guys cap, is basically what I'm doing. This is a much better... Bam! 3601 getting racked, getting juiced. This is a much better strategy than what those 2 heavies did, because I can make sure we don't get capped and I can kill the enemy right here. Boom! Really hard for those guys to get good shots on me. Panther's going to come up here and try to get around me. But watch this. IS not paying attention. Bam! You're dead. And here's this Panther trying to sneaky shot me. Sneaky style me. And his gun's not even aimed over at me. I don't know what this guy's doing. Kaboom! You're dead. So, totally wrecked that offense. Well, a lot of us did. There was 2 or 3 guys helping out with that. Great defense right there. And that really won us the game. If we had not done that, if we had pushed for cap, we might have lost that game. Because all they would have had back here was that one, was our one arty. So, nice. Basically got us the win right there. So 55 kilometers per hour down a hill. But I think I'm getting like 40 something on a flat. Let's look at what it is here. Wow. Okay, there we go. A little bit of drop. Not too much, really. Sort of an incline here at 44 kilometers per hour. This is a really fast tank. Really, I mean, for tier 7 TD, it's really amazing. So that is, I like this. I like the look of the Yog Panther better than this tank, but I like this tank better. I'm doing a little 4x speed because I was just driving around. Boom! I don't know what this guy's doing. I think he AFK'd out of the game. I think he quit to garage because he's not even moving. Bam! 4 kills, baby. So this tank's way better than the Yog Panther. Okay, so looks like you got a 1,200 point game, 37,000 credits, really nice. Not much repairs at all, really. 4 kills, got sniper, killed 4, damaged 1, spotted 1, pretty nice. 10 out of 11 shots here. Now here I'm going to show you a game where I am top tier, but I'm mainly playing defense. I mean, on steps here, and this is really what TDs are meant to do. The problem is, you don't always get a chance to do this, because I can do this. I can do everything a TD can do as a heavy. The only thing I don't have is camo rating. That's it. Here's the thing. Here's something though, is I can also turn my turret. I also have way better armor. A tier 7 heavy is always going to be better than a tier 7 TD. They really need, like, I think they were talking about recently, especially with the 7.5. They're going to try to make sure that all tank lines have up to tier 10. And also what they need to do is make sure that every tier has the same strength. All of them should have the same weight in the matchmaker. Bam! And I totally missed that scout. Really sucks that I missed him. But I might... Nope, I can be able to get another shot on, but I'm going to stay here and wait for him to come around the back. But what they really need to do, since different tanks... Oh, couldn't see him. I probably could have hit him on that one. Since
different tank styles have different, different tank types have different weights in the matchmaker. What that tells me is they're not as valuable, they're not as potent in this game, and they should really work on balancing all the tanks to be even for all tiers. So what they need to do is just adjust you know, different specs of the tank and stuff, or adjust tiers of each tank so that every tank can have the same weight in the same tier. I just think that's better, because then I won't feel like playing a TD is handicapping my team, even though I have a lower weight and my team gets better tanks because of it. It just, the tier 7 TD up against a tier 7 anything else just feels like you just feel handicapped, and I don't like that feeling. It's an artificial handicap feeling because my overall team, see, okay, here's the difference. Let me boil it down. The tier 7 TD that I'm playing, while my team gets a bonus, I don't get the bonus. So I basically do have to play a weaker tank compared to every other tier 7. And that sucks. Because usually I'm going up 1v1. I'm not, it's not like my teammates are, you know, helping me out in a 1v1 matchup against a tier 7. I want to have even odds. And that's why you've heard me talk a lot about you know, I really want each tank to be balanced for each tier based on those facts, because, you know, I don't want to have different advantages like that. I want this game to be, if it's based on skill, you know, a lot of it is based on where you're positioned and all that stuff, but also a lot of it is based on your tank stats. And so if it's going to be about skill, then you want same tier tanks to have the same stats, basically, not the same style of play, but the same overall performance. So I'm doing pretty good keeping my front armor toward these guys. Those lower tier tanks cannot hit me. That tiger can pen me every time. I track him and get damage on him this time. I'm doing really good. He's trying to drive up against me, but no dice. And boom! Oh, I thought he was going to kill him with that shot. So Buddy kills him. Sweet, the E2. That guy got juiced right there. He just got outplayed. And I was able to keep my armor. See, this armor is pretty decent against these lower tiers. But it doesn't really matter. The armor should be good against the same tier. So again, I can kill these guys no problem. Penetration, no damage. Heard they're gonna try to fix that in patch 7.5 a little more. Should never hear penetration, no damage, ever. If you penetrate, you should deal some damage. Again, those are my beliefs. That not everyone believes that way, but that's kind of how I feel. Because it doesn't matter if you get module damage on a tank. All that matters is if its hit points are dead. I mean, you can knock out all the crew. You probably never will. So again, the main thing you care about getting is damage on a tank. I mean, I would take that over module damage or crew kills any day of the week. So anyway, nice defense there against 3 tanks, me and that E2. Now we're up 3 tanks. That could have been really bad if we'd have got juiced right there. That basically would have been over. So that was really nice. I don't have any kills yet, but that doesn't really matter. So Tiger P, much more dangerous than a regular Tiger, especially now that front armor's against me. And you can see my the point of my reticle change color. They're saying no way you're going to pen this guy in the front. So now I really got to try to hide. It's really not easy on this map because there aren't many bushes. But if I don't move, I get the camo bonus kick in, my camo net and not moving bonus, and my crew skill all working together. Hopefully that'll be enough. So there he is. He's trying to pick on this other little tank, that E2 over there. So maybe I can get some shots on him while he's just screwing around with that guy. And right in the turret? Nope. See how the accuracy of this gun is not... It's good, but it's not perfect. It's not as good as a German tank. Boom! Some side armor shot right there. Bam! So all that E2 has to do is keep dodging around, keep screwing around with this guy, and let me kill him. Boom! See? Just keep doing that. Keep dancing around, and I'll end up killing this guy. Keep going, keep going. There you go. Just wait. You know, make him come to you again. I'll kill him. Probably one more shot, he's going to die. So now I'm going to move up, because I basically just need to catch him out in the open, and he'll die. Not really sure what the heck's going on here. I know that we're going to cap. The Tiger P is a pretty good player, though. He's got 4 kills. Now, 4 kills is not that big of a deal when you're top tier, especially in a Tiger P, because it's such a great tank. But there you go. See, he should have just waited. That Tiger P just waited him out.
Yeah, why'd you take the bait is what I'm saying. Why did you pop out? There's no way you're going to kill that guy in one shot, so you know he can kill you in one shot. Should have just sat there. I should have probably moved up and done a flank shot, but I'm one shot from death. That Tiger P's looking for one more kill to get his top gun. And bam! Right in the turret in your face. Nice shot right in the turret there. Another 1,200 point game. I think the other one was a little more than 1,200, but nice credits again. Steel wall and a TD. Detected 4, damaged 2, and killed 1. Nice game. And tell me what you think about this tank later.